How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Just wanted to let you know that our previous conversation about the informed consent still applies. And if you have any questions, you can ask me at any time. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm okay.
Then you want to tell me how your week been?
Well, I think like last time we talked, I was, trying to decide if I should or should not drop out of school, just because everything was too overwhelming with my jobs and classes and everything. So I've actually decided to drop out of school. I started some of the paperwork to, get out of my classes for last year and try to get a refund for whatever down for next semester. And I have lost one of my jobs, so I briefly mentioned it to my parents that I was dropping out of school, and they did not handle it well. They started yelling at me and saying how they're so disappointed, and that, I'm the first person in my family to be going to college, and that they had expected me to finish and do well, and now that they're not speaking to me because I decided to drop out.
Okay, so you still wanted to continue the conversation about the choices you made, and so you mentioned that you did drop out of school. You mentioned that you lost one of your jobs. You also mentioned that you were having like a little conflict with your family. Which one of those issues would you like to focus on first?
I guess the conflict with my family is what's bothering me the most right now, because now I'm reconsidering whether or not I should drop out of school. Nothing is final yet. For the most part, I started doing something, but I think I could possibly come back, but I don't really know for sure. But my parents, they're not even speaking to me right now because I told them that I was planning on dropping out.
You want to tell me how you approached the conversation, began it with your family?
I went over to their house for dinner, and they just started talking to me, how's school going, this, and I kind of just threw it on them that I was finishing up the paperwork to not continue next semester.
And this was your mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
And what was their initial reaction? How did they respond?
Well, my dad kind of just got up and walked away from the table, and my mom just said how disappointed she is, and was saying that, like I should be finishing school, and that'd be ridiculous, and all these different things about how, like I let them down, and I was supposed to finish school and do well, and how I'm not going to be able to get a real job in the future, and just all things like that.
Okay, so you mentioned that your father seemed to have been frustrated enough to leave the table. Your mom said she was disappointed and all these other emotions, but what feelings do you get from the type of decision you made?
Well, now I'm kind of trying to starting to rethink it and wondering if I made the right decision. So I'm not really sure. I'm very confused.
Okay, so you're confused. What do you think are like, your options, as if you were to stay in school or if you were to continue dropping out?
If I stay in school, I'm probably going to have to look for another job because I was working 3 different jobs and I lost one of them, so I'm taking like a big pay cut. So if I stay in school, I'm going to have to continue to pay tuition, so I'll either have to get another job or take out more loans, which wouldn't be ideal because loans are a lot of money and I have to pay them back eventually with interest and all that. So I wouldn't want to do that, but if I take another job, then I'm right back where I started and not being able to balance school and work.
Okay, and did you explain this? So the reason that you dropped out of school was because you had a lot on your plate and responsibilities. Did you explain this to your parents when you explained to them your decision or told them your decision?
Yes, but they didn't really understand. They were so upset and angry, and just like overly disappointed.
Okay. And how do you think that maybe approaching it further with your parents would benefit your communication with them?
Right now I'm like very hesitant to try to bring it up with them again. They're also just not speaking to me at all. Usually like I would talk to my mom every couple of days. She would call me and she hasn't attempted to contact me since then. So I don't know, I take that as she doesn't want to speak to me. And I don't even know how to start a conversation about something else with her, to call her. And I don't think I want to bring this up to her again because it didn't go very well.
Okay, so it sounds like you're more focused on the type of relationship you have with your mom. Is your relationship with your mom closer than with your dad?
Yeah, probably. My mom is more spoken talking about different things, but my dad is kind of more just like he's not very serious most of the time, so he's kind of just more there when everybody's in a good mood and we're all having fun, but then when things get serious, he kind of just removes himself from the situation.
Okay. And you said you were rethinking if you want to stop the process of dropping out of school and resume to the situation you had before. And if you do so, do you think that would be beneficial to you?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously finishing school and getting a degree would help me in the long run, but it would also put me in a lot of debt to have to pay off later on. So I'm not really sure what my better option is right now, because either way, I'm going to be very tight on money if I, either now or later, so I'll either be able to pay for my rent now, but not be going to school, or I'll go to school and be drowning in loans in 5 years.
Okay. And I remember last session we talked about the different types of offices and maybe professors you could talk to. Did you find out more information about opportunities you can have maybe with the courses?
I looked into it a little bit, and they told me how they offer online courses and summer courses where I could maybe spread out the work a little bit. So I looked into that a lot, but the problem with that was that my financial aid didn't really cover any of the winter summer classes. So I considered taking one or two, but I don't think I would be able to afford much more than that because I would have to be paying out of pocket for those classes.
Okay. So it sounds like maybe spreading out the workload and extending your graduation date is an option for you?
It could be. I haven't really considered that fully, because I was relatively new with talking about winter and summer classes. But it's starting to look like more of an option. I would just have to figure out which classes I would be able to take during that time, and how much it would cost, and how I would be able to do that. And I would still, on top of that, definitely have to get that third job. So I would have to kind of figure out what my availability would be.
Okay. Because I just remember that last session you mentioned that you didn't want to extend your graduation date, but it sounds like you're more inclined for that option.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more open to that option now, because it seems to be either one or the other, and neither of my other options are good. Because I would either be dropping out and not being able to get a real job later on, or continuing going to school now and cramming it into the semester so I graduate on time. But I would be making it very difficult for myself to pay rent and live alone.
Even with the option of spreading out the workload and paying.
Well, I think right now that kind of is going to be like a middle ground for me, so I'm definitely more open to that now. But I think it's going to be a long process, and I think I'm going to end up graduating a lot later than I had wanted to.
How do you think that this option would affect your parents?
I think they would be a lot more happy with that decision than fully dropping out. But they would definitely still be a little bit disappointed that I'm not graduating on time, and that I'm prolonging my graduation date. But I think they would be more accepting of that than me dropping out of school.
And then do you feel that this option that you've been introduced to and considering it is because it's what you wanted, or is how your parents are making you feel?
I would say it's a little bit of both, because I had kind of accepted not going to school next semester, but then the argument with my parents about doing that is kind of what made me start looking into the summer and winter courses more, because I don't want them to be disappointed and angry with me.
Okay. So you said that you're currently let's say excommunicated from speaking to your mom. Who you feel would be the best way to talk to? How do you feel that would be the best way to approach her with the situation to be able to contact her or talk to her?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess she would probably appreciate me talking to her in person, rather than on the phone. But I think it would definitely be easier to just call her over the phone, because I wouldn't have to see her and see her actual reaction. But I think she would probably appreciate it if I went and actually spoke to her. But I would still have to I wouldn't just show up. I would want to contact her and see if it's a good talk.
But you said that she's currently not talking to you, so if you was to call her or send her a message, do you think she would respond?
I think so. I mean, I hope so. But she was really upset she kind of just got up and I let myself out. That's what happens.
Okay. So it sounds like you might need like a little time to figure out how you might approach your mom and see how that conversation might go, and that can be definitely something we can talk about next session. See how the conversation went, if it happened by then. You want to talk to me about more of how long you would probably be prolonging your graduation date and how that would affect you and your future plans?
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'd probably be graduating about a year late. Because I still have, I think, 8 classes left, or 10 classes left. But I would have to spread them out a little bit and take a summer course or a winter course, between the 2 semesters. So I think it would be about a year later than I would have wanted.
And then how does this affect the plans you said you had for grad school and getting your doctorate degree and starting your career?
Yeah, well, it would just push everything back, which is obviously not what I want, because I wouldn't be getting out of school if I do doctorate route. I wouldn't be getting out of school until almost 30 years old, and that would make it very difficult for me. You know, during doctorate school, you can't really get a full-time job, so it would still just be a lot more time and money that I'm spending with no real income.